everyone, it is time for October's Month in Rewind. I want to share with you guys a few things that I have been loving for the month of October. First up is this Barefoot body cream. This stuff is awesome. It is not oily. It moisturizes so well. I just use it for a hand cream and it makes my hands so nice and soft. I love it and it smells good. This flavor that I have now is coconut, which my daughter's not really fond of. She likes the vanilla, but they were out of vanilla, so we had to get this coconut one. I purchased this on Amazon and I love it. It is the best lotion that I have ever experienced. I love it. It makes my hands feel so nice. Another hand item I've been loving for the month of October, which technically is not the whole month of October, I got it in Polish Pickup, and that is the Stella Chroma Emulsified Sugar Scrub. I have never done a sugar scrub for my hands. This one is amazing. It makes my hands feel so nice and soft and just very nice after I use it. I have to tell you guys, I don't know what the scent is of this. To me, it smells like glue with a little bit of sweetness in it, but it works great. So this sugar scrub, in conjunction with this body cream, a match made in heaven. My hands feel so awesome after I use these two. So starting with Mystery Manis for the month of October. First one I use Pretty Woman's, and this is Johnny's Angels, and then Revlon's Moonlit Woods. These two colors, instantly I knew I wanted to do a night kind of Halloween theme. There was a picture floating around on Pinterest, was where I saw it, but of a night kind of graveyard theme, and I saw so many people recreating that look that she did. It was just amazing. I thought that would be a great way to kick off Mystery Mani's Halloween themed. I went ahead and used these two colors and sponged them on. Then I used a major digit stamping plate to create the mummy hands reaching up out of the grave, and I think it turned out really cool. I was really happy with this one. For the next Mystery Mani, I picked out China Glaze Son of a Peach and Pretty Serious Overcast. I wasn't really sure how I was going to mesh these two colors together. This peach orange color screams something with pumpkins, but this, I wasn't really sure what to do. So I decided to do a Skittles Mani. I love Skittles Manis. I think they turn out awesome. A Skittles Manis is a different design on each nail. I love the way these two colors were able to tie together in that Mani. And I love the fact that people were asking me to see my nails, and they looked longer at my nails to see each nail had a different design on it. And they thought it was really cool. So I did enjoy that Mani too. Third Mystery Mani, I chose Bombshell's Holy Fuchsia and 90 Spring-Kles. Now when I picked out these two colors, going with the Halloween theme, so what I decided to do was an It themed Mani. I thought it turned out really cool with the sprinkles that are in here. It reminded me of the bright cheerfulness of a clown, but then with Holy Fuchsia, this is like a really good dried blood kind of color. I was searching different pictures of the It, and now I've seen the original one and my daughter had seen the new one, so neither one of us had seen the other one. We don't really know how they are compared to each other, but I showed her pictures of the clown from the original It, and she said he isn't anywhere near as scary as the clown from the remake. So I decided in this design I wouldn't use the actual clown since I couldn't decide whether to use the original one or the new updated one. So then I decided one thing that they both had in common was Georgie, the little boy in his yellow raincoat and his galoshes. A trick that I used in that Mani was I used Major Digits stamping plate. On that stamping plate there's skeletons. I had tried creating Georgie on my nails freehand, and he was either way too big or he was way too small. It was hard to get the details on it. I decided, you know what, I'm going to use that skeleton stamp. So I put that down and it made it so easy to go over it with the bright yellow of his rain jacket and his boots and pants, and it turned out great. And then with Holy Fuchsia, I knew I wanted to do blood splatter marks. So I just used Spring-Kles and then created those blood splatter marks with Holy Fuchsia. I thought this turned out really nice and a little creepy. The fourth mystery mani, I picked out Jenna Hipp's Throwing Shade and Sinful Colors Wonderment. Now in that video, I kept calling Throwing Shade Better Slate Than Never, but I had a subscriber call me out on that and let me know that I was saying Better Slate Than Never instead of Throwing Shade. I guess I was just thinking Throwing Shade. Haven't worn that in a while, so I needed to pull it out, and I actually did. So thank you, Laura. But okay, so as soon as I pulled out Jenna Hipp's Throwing Shade, instantly with this gray color, I knew I wanted to do something mummy themed. But then when I pulled out this Sinful Colors Wonderment, I was stuck because I had no idea how I was going to make this beautiful, bright, minty blue look like mummy. For the inspiration of this mani, I used the book Are You My Mummy? Now in that video, I asked you guys if you had heard of it, and I was surprised that not a lot of people have. So for that mani, I created a mummy using Throwing Shade. The idea of the book is there's a little mummy child, and he's going around asking all the ghouls and goblins and vampires and bats and even pumpkins. He's asking everyone if they are his mummy. So I thought that'd be a really cool kind of design to create a mani around. So what I did was I put a mummy on one nail, and then on the nail next to it I think it was like a skeleton head, and it had its mouth open, so it either looked like it was screaming or it was trying to scare you. So I decided I would use that. So being that the theme was Are You My Mummy, I wrote on two of my nails, Are You My Mummy? And I had the little mummy kind of reaching out like he was reaching out towards the skeleton head, and he was asking the skeleton head, Are you my mummy? And that skeleton head was terrified, yelling no. And I thought that turned out really cute. I actually realized too that I never read this book to my daughter when she was little, so when I showed her the mani, she didn't really get it, but I explained it to her, and then she thought it was really cool. So now let's look back at On Wednesdays We Wear Pink. A little backstory about the first On Wednesdays We Wear Pink. I had a subscriber let me know that there was a website out there that you could go on to and create a custom polish, which I thought was awesome. The idea of that was excellent. Through a lot of emailing back and forth, me sending her inspiration pictures and components that I wanted to include in the polish, I finally came up with my very own polish. And this one was created by Joy Lacquer. I'll leave the link down below if you guys want to go and create your own custom polish. She's the girl to do it for you. This polish is exactly what I wanted. I am so happy with it. The inspiration for this polish was my daughter's baby blanket, so I did send her pictures of the blanket and the components that I wanted in this polish, and she hit it right on the head. I mean, this polish is exactly what I wanted. Just a beautiful, beautiful polish, and everything that I wanted in that polish is in this bottle. I also named it Piglet. Funny story about this. My daughter, when she was a baby, every time I would feed her, she would make the cutest squeaky squeal kind of noise. So I called her my little Piglet. But I decided after she got older that maybe calling her my little Piglet wasn't the best idea. So I stopped calling her that. I show this polish to all of my friends. I tell them, I created this polish. This is my polish. You want to create your polish? Go on Joy Lacquer website. She will help you create a polish, and it will be beautiful, and it'll be exactly what you want it to be. Joy Lacquer polish for the win. With October being breast cancer awareness, I decided I would do a spider themed breast cancer awareness type mani. So bringing in those spiders to tie in the Halloween theme, and then also that beautiful pink ribbon for breast cancer, I thought this mani turned out really nice. So for the third On Wednesdays We Wear Pink, I really wanted to do a ghost theme mani. So I picked out Sinful Colors. This is Glass Pink. Now this polish is very sheer. I thought this would be perfect for the sheerness of a ghost. I also had the idea that I wanted this to be glow in the dark. So I took out all my glow in the dark polishes that I got from Rue 21 years ago, which they still glow in the dark, which I was totally surprised about that. But the design that I came up with, I just searched on the internet ghost, and it came up with a really cool kind of ethereal ghost wisp, I guess. So the picture that I found, I wanted to try and recreate with that glow-in-the-dark polish, and I think it turned out perfect, and it did glow in the dark. For the fourth mystery mani, I used Essie's It Takes a West Village. Now this is my favorite type of rosy, muted kind of pink to wear for the fall into the winter months. It's not quite that bright pink, just a little muted, and I really enjoy this during the fall time. I thought this was perfect. So another theme that I wanted to do was voodoo dolls. So for this mani, I used Essie's It Takes a West Village as my base, and then I used acrylic paints and created my very own voodoo doll. I also used flat back pearls, which I have wanted for so long, and I finally got them, and I was kind of scared because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with them, but I think using them as the heads of the pins in the pin cushion, I think it worked out great, and I was so happy with it. For the month of October, I actually was able to fit in 5 on Wednesdays We Wear Pink. So for the 5th on Wednesdays We Wear Pink, I used Sinful colors, and this is called Come Hither. Looking back at the different themes that I wanted to do for Halloween manis, I decided I wanted to do Frankenstein. I recently received a MoU London stamping plate in my mani box, and I absolutely loved it. It's Halloween themed. It has a really cool girl Frankenstein on it, which I think is awesome. So I knew I wanted to incorporate that stamping design into my mani. So I took Broadway Nails Sour Apple, and then this Come Hither, and then also Wet n Wild's whip topping, and I created kind of a smoosh mani. So then I just stamped over that with that girl Frankenstein, and I think it was awesome. Now at the end of each month in Rewind, I usually talk about my favorites. For the month of October, I had one standout favorite that wasn't even part of a mystery mani or on Wednesdays We Wear Pink. This, I just knew that I was going to create a Halloween mani using Clarissa Carroll's Don't Look Behind You. Now this was actually in Polished Pickup of last month when they had horror films. This was actually inspired by Nosferatu. It's so funny, I can never say that name the same way twice. I knew I wanted to create a mani using this polish because it's this beautiful black polish with a lot of stuff and sparkle in it, but then it transforms into a clear polish. I knew I wanted to put something underneath it so that nobody knew that there was something underneath this. And then when my hands were warm, bam, there would be this nice spooky little surprise. So I did use Major Digits stamping plate and created some mummies underneath this. They didn't turn out quite as bright and poppy as I wanted them to, but I think it still turned out really cool, and I was so happy with this mani. Ugh. This was my favorite mani for the month of October. I think this is actually my favorite mani that I've ever done, ever. I mean, I love this mani. I think the whole concept of it was very creative, and I just really loved how it turned out. I keep thinking of other things that I coulda, woulda, shoulda put underneath this, but I think it turned out really cool. So that's it for this month in Rewind. I will leave down below Joy Lacquer's website. You guys can go and check it out if you're looking to create your very own custom polish. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the idea of creating manis with a certain theme for each month. So like October was Halloween stuff, and for November maybe doing Thanksgiving or harvest kind of theme manis using the polishes that I pick out for mystery mani and on Wednesdays We Wear Pink. Let me know if you guys think that is a good idea. I'm not really sure what I think about it. I'm kind of thinking that might be a little too difficult. At first I thought that would be an excellent idea, but the more I think about it, it might be a little difficult, because how would you do a harvest Thanksgiving themed mani with like a bright neon green? That would be an additional challenge. I don't know. Let me know down below what you guys think of that. Please leave any comments or suggestions below. I hope you all had a safe and happy Halloween, and I will see you in the next one.